All right, good morning. As you see this image right here, yesterday I went and saw this George Washington movie. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think there was a dry eye at the end of the movie. And it wasn't because he died, because we know that that didn't happen. It's because of what is occurring right now. And I think that was so evident to so many people that this guy right here, and I know this is an actor, but he betrayed George Washington, a young George Washington. And what bothers me the most, and I'm sure it's what bothering a lot of you, in the film, it was so easy to spot the enemy. The French, they were in white. The British were not yet the enemy. They were wearing red. And then at the very end, George Washington started the Virginia Regiment, and they went to blue with a white and red trim. And right now, it's not so easy to spot the enemy. I would beg to say that some of us have dinner with the enemy. Some of us have the enemy in our homes. Some of us work with the enemy. Some of us are employed by the enemy. And I don't mean, well, I guess you could say physical enemy. I believe some of us vote for the enemy. And what I say is the enemy of the United States, the enemy of what we want to accomplish here in our country. And it's so much easier on a battlefield to spot the enemy. But what we're battling right now, 250 years into our legacy, maybe a few years longer if you want to count before we were actually, a country with the Declaration of Independence being sent, is it's not so easy to spot the enemy. The blue hair, the nose rings, those are some of the lapels, some of the rank and insignias that they wear, similar to uniforms with the ribbons and warfare pins. But folks, we just watched this country turn 250 years old. 250. Let that sink in for a second. Because most of the empires don't make it that far. Most people your kids go to school with couldn't tell you why we did. You know what I just watched? I watched that George Washington film about that everybody's talking about. And if you watched it, let me know in the chat. And here's what got me. This man said, or he had everything to lose: land, reputation. He lost his first battle. He had to surrender his first battle. His own neck literally on a rope if this whole experiment failed. He could have been king. They offered him that. He said no. He gave it back. He walked away. Let the country govern itself. Because this young guy right here understood something we've apparently forgotten. Sacrifice without expecting a damn thing in return. That's what built the road every one of us has been walking on for 2.5 centuries. And now, fast forward to today. You've got a Democrat socialist, Zoran Mamdani, about to run, well, he is running the largest city in the country right into the ground. New York City, the same city that watched 2 towers fall 25 years ago. And 30 seconds later, before the dust even settled, average Americans were running toward the fire to pull strangers out of the rubble. And that city's been handed to a man who has spent his career talking about this nation like it's the villain of the story. This guy sacrificed everything, asked for nothing. Now we've got leadership that inherits everything and still acts like the country owes them something. It's not just New York. Look at Congress, the SAVE Act, a bill that just says, hey, maybe only American citizens should vote in American elections. Can't get a vote. Meanwhile, the Rhino Republicans have allowed Planned Parenthood to get back on the taxpayer checks like clockwork. No problem. That's just business as usual in Washington. Our own representatives that we elect the people we send there to fight for us, gone soft, gone quiet. Eunuchs when it actually counts. So here's where I stand, and I know some of you are going to disagree, and that's fine. Grab your coffee, stick around anyway, because whatever you think of Donald Trump, the man, the tweets, the drama, I've not seen a president love this country unapologetically, out loud, without apologizing for it since Reagan. Hit the like and subscribe button. We've got to continue to keep this movement going. We've got news today that the United Kingdom is trying to censor YouTube. We know what happens there comes here. So it's imperative you hit that like and subscribe button. Join the channel as a member. It's huge. And after everything I just laid out for you, that's exactly the kind of stubborn, salty, doesn't care what the editorial board thinks. You see my shirt here, 0% liberal. But I want you to buckle up, because what Trump does next, I think it matters more than almost anything he's done yet. We're going to get into that. One thing that I recognized whenever I was watching that film yesterday is they were fighting with muskets, right? Muskets. And I was wearing my USS Nebraska submarine ball cap. We went from muskets to nuclear power, muskets to satellites, muskets to stealth bombers. Think about that for a second. We also went from muskets to Fauci with gain of function. We went from muskets to Zohran Mamdani. We went from George Washington to Barack Obama. We went from Thomas Jefferson to Bill Clinton. Now, I know Bill has the middle name, William Jefferson, but he couldn't carry Thomas Jefferson's jockstrap, right? Neither could Barack Obama. I want to take this overseas for a moment, because we got a lot of stuff brewing there overseas. But first, I want to show you the kind of the quote of the day. This is from Gad Saad. He wrote the book, Suicidal Empathy, and also The Parasitic Mind. He says, do you know why I'm pissed off on this July 4th? We'll say July 5th. Because I'm seeing the greatest country in the world, of the history of the world, increasingly bathing in the infinity pool of parasitic suicidal empathy, as has occurred with much of the West. Please activate your inner honey badger. Defend American freedom. Do not take American exceptionalism granted. Fight, fight, fight. Empathy has been used against us for so long. Now, I'm going to show you some stuff here. We're going to take this overseas for a moment, because this is important. Very important, because the first 250 years has been easy. I think the next 250 is going to be the most challenging, because the enemy is within the wire. They are in your homes. They're in your classrooms. They're in your schools. They're in your churches. They're in your neighborhoods. 3 sons of the former Iranian supreme leader, Mustafa, Maysam, and Masood, we'll call them Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber, were seen praying beside his coffin. However, the new supreme leader, nowhere to be found. Look at that. Isn't that weird? Where's the new guy at? Where's the cardboard cutout? I think what we're seeing right now is a Game of Thrones. If you've seen that film or the show, The Game of Thrones, it's a constant battle for who's in charge. And I would beg to say that this is a Game of Thrones. And while we're arguing about Zohran Mamdani running New York, the axis of evil right here, they're having a rough month. Khomeini is dead. Their nuclear program, some people say it's gutted. And this week they're burying him. But while they were burying him, they didn't miss the opportunity to, you know, continue the chants of DTA. And we know what that is. Get rid of America. I want you to see this funeral. This funeral. Whoa. Number of visitors to Ayatollah Khomeini's funeral ceremony surpassed 9 million. The coffin will now be taken to Iraq, the major Shia cities of Najaf and Karbala. I think the United States military missed a golden opportunity here. Look at this. 6 million people attended this. I see somebody in the chat saying Obama was there. I can't argue with you. I can't argue. Look at this. Looks like New York City. Looks like Times Square. I would beg to say that Times Square could be very relevant soon. That's starting to look like it, isn't it? Right? We've seen them praying there and worshiping. Look at this. Look at all these people. It's a very small coffin, isn't he? He's pretty short. Little short guy, I guess. 3'6". Look at these, the metro stations overflowing. These people don't like us. They do not like us. And they were on full display. Full display showing their hatred with calls to, let's say, eliminate President Donald Trump. This guy got it on at the funeral, calling to get rid of our president. Says, why should we not eliminate the man who eliminated the Ayatollah? Trump's elimination is our duty. Never abandon your revenge. These people are here. They're behind. They're in the wire. I don't want to bother you with his. It looks like he's reading that off of some toilet paper. Look at that. But they don't use toilet paper in that country. That's not something that they use. Toilet paper is not a necessity there. It's just the left hand. The left hand is the toilet paper. If you ever want to infuriate any of them, give them the thumbs up with the left hand. That is that's code for go do something to your own, to yourself, to your orifice. Now, here is where the enemy is. I say they're in your homes. They're in your living rooms. They're on your TV. They are on YouTube. They're indoctrinating the people that you love. Look at this. Let me just show you this. I don't know how many of you are going to be upset by this or surprised. Look at this. This is crazy. I don't think this guy should be allowed back into the country. He's a very popular YouTuber by the name of Jackson Hinkle. Jackson Hinkle. You may have seen him. I know a lot of you watch CNN. Go ahead.
Hi, everyone. It's Christopher Halali, High Bailiff of Orange County, Vermont.
Oh, sorry, July Christopher 4th, Halali.
2026 is the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence of the United States of America. And it'll be celebrated in the U.S. tonight with fireworks and with great pomp and circumstance. But as an American citizen, and more importantly as an Iranian American, I'm here in Tehran as part of the funeral.
American Iranian citizen flew to Iran to attend the funeral, okay?
And the ceremonies to commemorate the life and legacy of Imam Khamenei and his family, and to give him his final send-off in Mashhad at his burial. You might be wondering what an elected U.S. politician is doing in Iran at this point. I'm here.
He's an elected, oh gosh,
for the sole purpose of defending Iran and for showing my solidarity and support for Iran, for the revolution, and for our unity at this time against imperialism.
We have an American citizen elected to a public office traveling to Iran to recognize that. Okay? Here's the kid that I wanted to show you, Jackson Hinkle. This is the kid you've seen on CNN. I'm sure CNN paid for his flight.
I will be here for the funeral.
Here we go.
I'm officially in Iran. I will be here for the funeral of Syed Ali Khamenei this week. And what can I say? It's absolutely beautiful. First impressions. Lots to see.
Should he be allowed back in the country? Okay. Yesterday they buried Khamenei on our 250th anniversary. If you think that's a coincidence, I'm going to say get your head examined. Okay. The same way 9/11 happened on the day that coincides with what you dial for an emergency, 911. Remember that? Benghazi, 911. Think about it. They're burying this guy. They're chanting DTA on our 250th birthday. Folks, I don't think that's subtle. I think that's a message. I believe Trump's next move on that ceasefire, whether he gets to Iran, keeps stalling, or he tightens the screws, that's the actual next move. But you have a correspondent for CNN saying it's beautiful there. Now, I want to bring it home for here for a second, because a lot of you, I don't know how many of you live in Kentucky. I don't know if this is what you call getting lucky in Kentucky, but Kentucky, y'all got some problems, people. Y'all got some problems. Senator Mitch McConnell hospitalized 3 weeks after cardiac arrest. No one's seen him. We have no proof of life on Senator McConnell. Says he remains at George Washington University. Ironic. With his office only offering brief updates, no photos, videos, or details on the cognitive status. Same thing as the Ayatollah. Trump goes missing for 2 hours. CNN's full meltdown. They're burning their blue hair. His wife, now here's the part that I want to show you. His wife, Elaine, chose to go to China during this whole thing. Her husband's in a hospital. She goes to China. Look at this. Amuse is reporting this. Mitch McConnell fighting for his life. His wife traveled to Beijing to meet with the Communist Party. 3 days after, Mitch was found unconscious, required CPR. This isn't like he just cut his leg. She chose to fly to meet Chinese Vice President Han Zhang. Chow holds no governmental role. Having resigned after January 6th, the former Senate leader is incapacitated. Why did she decide or need to go to visit the second most powerful man in China? Leave your comments down below. Do you know how rich she is? Elaine Chow, are you aware of how rich this lady is, or who her family is? Her husband, former Senate Majority Leader, right? We all know that. But look at this. Here's Elaine Chow, Taiwanese American businesswoman. I want to zoom this in a little bit. She was the United States Transportation Secretary, right? During the Bush administration, no coincidence there. She was born in Taipei. Her parents fled to China. Sounds like the George Soros move. Her family owns one of the largest shipping companies in the world. One of the largest shipping companies in the world. Her family owns, her father owns. She's the heir to this. This lady is rich beyond. And she decided to fly to China while my husband's, he's pulling the Ayatollah. Is anybody seeing anything wrong with this? Leave your comments down below. There, Jackson Hinkle. We got Junior Sample climbing in. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Memphis Conservative. Good morning, Brother Ben. Everybody in the chat. Pray everyone had a tremendous, safe holiday. Stay stressed. I don't do fireworks, so I've got all 10 fingers. And I can count to 10. For the veterans, God bless the USA.
Amen.
Thank you.
Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
How many of you went and saw the George Washington movie? Not the Chinese movie. Good grief. What am I thinking? The Chinese are really... what do you think about this Senate majority? Did she just violate the Hatch Act by going to meet with a Chinese government, the number 2 in China? Did she violate that? That's what they got. Who was that? Who did they get that with? He was a general. I can't remember. They got a general here in the United States for the same thing, meeting with officials, right? I mean, that's kind of what they got him with. Now I want to show you something else. How many of you are familiar with what's going on in Texas right now? Texas is getting a little dumb, I think. I don't want to just accuse the people in Texas of being dumb. I'm going to accuse the Texas government of being dumb. Somebody says you're talking about Mikey. Oh, Millie. No, not Millie. Damn it. Millie, I could talk about all day. Millie, I could talk about all day. We got 1,600 people watching. Hit the like and subscribe button. Or if you're living in, is there anybody in Texas? If you live in Texas right now, type a T for Texas. If you have family in Texas, you know what's going on with the SAVE Act and how we're about to start. Well, we're doing 3,200 deportations a day, but a little Chinese company, or I don't know if they're completely owned by Chinese. There's a lot of information coming in. Hospitals in the U.S., in Latin American countries, are offering birth packages of up to $5,000 to foreigners to help them give birth in border states like Texas, allowing their children to be born as U.S. citizens. This is a billboard in Mexico. Notice the name of the website, havemybabyintexas.com. I'm going to pull this website up, havemybabyintexas.com. They found a way around this, ladies and gentlemen. They found a way around it. Here's the website, havemybabyintexas.com. And it's all in Spanish, so I can't really read it. I read it, kind of a restaurant level Spanish. But here's the two hospitals. Knapp Medical Center in Westlaco, Texas. And what's this one? Mission, Texas. The two hospitals that are offering this. Is that starting to bother you? Are you starting to understand? Are you starting to understand how this is happening? We're number one, we're allowing it to happen. Number two, we're letting it happen. Number three, somebody in our country is getting rich off of it happening. There's a lot of doctors that are making some cash off this. Here you go. Check this out. We'll get a little further into this because I think this is very disturbing. Birthplaces in South Texas. You can get a natural birth for $3,950, or you can get a C-section for $5,525. And the hospital is called Mission Regional Hospital. It says, Grok, what companies are involved? Also, is it legal? Mission Regional Medical Center runs the ads via Have My Baby in Texas with packages at $3,950. Apparently, they know what a woman is now, explicitly noting birthright citizenship. Birth tourism itself is legal. The June 26 SCOTUS ruling upheld birthright citizenship for children born on U.S. soil. Look at this. Please list all involved, names, phone numbers, etc. And Grok gave the phone number for this thing. And we're going to call them. We're going to call them. Who's the governor there in Texas, and why isn't he doing something about this? I forget his name. I know he's a member of the World Economic Forum. I know that if I criticize the governor of Texas personally, a lot of people don't like it. I've been critical of him for a long time. But why is this guy allowing this to happen in Texas? What are we getting out of this, ladies and gentlemen? What are we getting here? Is this what we voted for? Is this how we allow our country to be invaded? I mean, this is a legal invasion. They're almost laughing in our faces right now. I want to read you some of the comments here. Mission Regional Medical Center, NAP Medical Center, publicly advertised birth packages for international parents. $4,000. You can become an American citizen. Your baby can become American. Read some of the wait, let's get back to where the comments are. Well, I thought I had some comments there. Anyway, if you're angry, let me know how angry you are on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being you are raging. 1, you don't care, sign me up. Bring them in, right? Just bring them on in. Everything's fine. I don't know what is it. What is it? Is it a setup? ICE will be there? No, it's not a setup. It's as real as rain, and we got some last night. Same kind that shut down. Not Abbott's fault. Immigration is federal. Okay. So we got some. Do you blame Greg Abbott? Could he have done more? Greg Abbott's #1 donor is a bazillionaire, Muslim bazillionaire, has been for a long time for his campaign finances. So yeah, you can argue about that all you want, but that's a fact, Jack. Okay. Texas is cooked. Texas is a target because of the amount of electoral votes. Texas is a huge target. Oh, here we go. Wish I was making this up. The hospital advertising birth packages for foreigners is Mission Regional Medical Center, owned by Prime Healthcare. Was founded by, wait for it, Indian, red dot, not feather. The entire executive team is Indian, red dot, not feather. Non-Americans advertising that they will pay other non-Americans to come over and give birth in America. The SCOTUS ruling supports these people. Your government supports foreigners paying other foreigners to have children in America so they can all magically become Americans. Here you go, Prime Healthcare. Founded by Dr. Prem Reddy from rural India, red dot, not feather. Here you go, Prem Reddy, red dot, not feather. Suni Bhatia, red dot, not feather. Kavitha Bhatia, red dot, not feather. Are you starting to understand? Somebody says Elon Musk do something about the throttling on here. Yeah, you can't see some of the posts about this stuff. This is so that people can upcode Medicare billing. Yeah, Medicare is probably paying for this. Medicare is probably paying for these births. If this doesn't make you angry, if this doesn't devalue your citizenship, or you think it doesn't devalue your citizenship, I think you're out to lunch. I think you're a little mistaken, because this does. We are paying. Oh yeah, Dixie Dogs, you just paid for this. You paid for this. And all the people down in that southern border coming across. We got 1,800 people watching. We're on multiple platforms. Rumble. My Rumble people are going crazy right now. The people on X their blue hair and nose rings are about to pop out. Whew. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do you think George Washington, you know, we used to have those bracelets. What would Jesus do? WWJD. Let's get what would GW think? What would George Washington think? What would Thomas Jefferson think? What would Abraham Lincoln think? What would some of our former leaders think? Now, I want to show you something here. And I don't know who runs this. I don't know who these people are. I have cow ring people. Yeah. They worship the cows. They don't eat the beef. I want to show you this. This is I don't know who these people are. This is this National Front, but they're trying to tie Candy. I ain't blue-haired. Happy Independence Day. Candy over on X. Thank you, Candy. I ain't blue-haired. Happy Independence Day. Thank you, Candy. God bless you. Who is a member? Who are these National Front guys? They appear when America starts to gain some traction, and I think they're all Democrat members of Congress staff that go out to do this. Look at this.
All right, here we are with the Patriot Front in front of the Washington Monument.
National Front, sorry.
Hey, are any guys speaking up on the record here? What do you guys think of Kash Patel for FBI director? Anybody? What do you guys think of Kash Patel for FBI director? Anyone? Kash Patel? Any thoughts? Any of you guys able to speak through those face diapers? Kash Patel for FBI director, any thoughts?
I really believe that some of them that fully cover their face, I believe that they're congressional staff members, like interns. And I believe if there was anybody that they were working for, it would be Democrats. That's what I believe. And I believe they're sent out to make America look bad, make Trump look bad. That's what I think.
Banner, what do you think? All right. Anybody? What do you think of Kash Patel for FBI director?
I don't know. Why?
So this is the only guy that hasn't hidden his face. He's the only one, or there might be one or two more. But I don't think MAGA, I don't think conservatives, I don't think Republicans are going to hide their face. Does anybody think, oh, okay, hold up, Kim Harris, Southern Poverty Law Center funded. Kim Harris, I see a Marine Eagle Anchor and Globe there, Semper Fi to you. Do you think that the Southern Poverty Law Center could be funding this? They funded Charlottesville. Why not, right? The Khaki Brigade. How many of you believe that? Let's
Wondering.
poll
I think
the
it's a
chat.
good question. You know,
I
he's coming in.
don't like the FBI. I think it's a largely illegitimate branch of law enforcement. And Kash Patel is probably, I don't know, I'm not really familiar with his background. He is Indian, though. I don't think Indians should be in charge of any of the departments of government of the United States.
Oh, here we go.
Because he's a foreign.
He's not a foreigner. He's born in America.
Yeah, but he's Indian. Plenty of people are born in America.
What about your ancestors?
They're American.
Yeah.
Yes.
Born
correct.
in America.
Yes.
But where'd they come from originally?
See, actually, just being born in America doesn't make you an American.
Born in America to second generation. That's
Still, yeah.
your parents
still
are
not.
naturalized citizens, and you're born in America. You're
No,
still
see,
not
being a
American.
citizen doesn't make you American either. It's a natural thing.
What's natural about being an
It's
American
natural.
citizen?
Well, nationality is a natural thing.
Okay, so my ancestors are half Italian, half Irish.
Yeah.
Do they count?
Why are you shaking?
Huh? I'm
Handshake.
cold, dude. I just
Cold?
skateboarded like 8 blocks.
Skateboarded over here?
Oh, yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people of European nationalities, of the European race.
I put a poll in the chat here. Who is funding? Is this a George Soros machine? Could this be a George Soros thing? I don't know who this is. Strong Family, Strong Nations, patriotfront.us. I want to see if I can pull up this website. Patriotfront.us. I want to see about this. Oh, the website doesn't work. The website doesn't work. Oh, wait, it does. Okay, gotcha. Look at this. This is their website, Reclaim America. They have a manifesto. They're working out. Okay. I got what's going on here. Let's see there. Let's scroll a little further. Reclaim America. I mean, this is crazy that they would roll this out. It says Patriot Front is a fraternal nationalist activist organization. Now, the one thing here that I want to point out, the irony here, and this is why I believe they're Democrats. This guy, apparently he's the voice, is wearing a Stetson hat named after LBJ, the LBJ hat. LBJ, one of the probably the most vile racist Democrat presidents we've ever seen, very well, many believe has connections to the removal, the elimination of JFK Jr., John F. Kennedy. What do you think about this? And somebody said, why are they coming out now? I couldn't agree with you more. Let's go here.
Patriot Front is a fraternal, nationalist, activist organization dedicated to upholding the traditions, defending the people, and transforming the public spaces of the American nation. Through changing the minds, lives, and bodies of our countrymen, we hope to create lasting effects on the course and direction of the country. Patriot Front is active nationwide.
I've never heard of these guys before, but they always seem to show, well, they don't show their ugly faces. They always rear their ugly head. LBJ conspired to kill Kennedy, and he was an avowed race. LBJ is not a good dude. History does not look well on him. But why did they come out now? And I know a lot of us are frustrated with what's happening in America, but buddy, oh buddy, oh buddy, the DEI continues. Here, let me show you this one. You'll love this. Black woman wins Ben Franklin lookalike contest in Philadelphia. I mean, is that why these National Front guys are coming out of the woodwork? They're that frustrated with what's happening. Let me show you this. How many of you think that this lady looks like Benjamin Franklin? I think this is DEI at its finest. This is DEI right back at it. Look at this. Do you think she looks like Benjamin Franklin? Or maybe the guy with the glasses holding it here?
I love cosplay. I love dressing up, and I already had this costume.
I mean, she looks so much like Benjamin Franklin. Hold on. Where's my glasses? Here we go. Oh, yeah, I see it now. I see it.
So I just wanted to come and show everyone, you know, what I made, because I like to sew, and, you know, this is one of my first costumes.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know.
Look at all the other ones that look like Ben Franklin behind her. I think the lady in the jorts and the hairy armpits, she should have won. I really think that the one in the jorts should have won. Right? Just like a black Helen of Troy. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you don't vote for her, you're obviously a member of the National Front or Patriot Front, whatever they are. If you don't vote for her, there's no way that a black woman should not be the, you know, Ben Franklin. It's her right. It's her right to be Ben Franklin. DEI is not gone, ladies and gentlemen. DEI is here to stay for a long time. We're getting close to getting rid of it. But it's still here. It's still here. Put website name and put whose website it gives site information a website. Oh, okay. I don't know how to do that, but Jimp, please feel free to do that and send it to me. I'm not I'm a low tech redneck. I'm not the most affluent. Jimp has got a Razorback. Hold up. Let's go right here. Oh, go right here. Got my Razorback hat on. Here we go. Jimp's got a Razorback there. Woo pig, right? What do you think about that? I'll grab my Razorback hat. I'm right here in Northwest Arkansas. Is anybody offended by this? Because it seems like DEI is back. Maybe just in certain sectors of the country. Thank you for the super chat there, Jip. For all of you that are watching if you don't know, I use a lot of the money from super chats and memberships. I send these out to members. I send them to veterans. It's Bibles. I send those across the country. Shipping is not cheap. I wish they would privatize the postal service. Shipping's not cheap. So a lot of the money from super chats and memberships helps with that. I also help veterans with service dogs. I've got about 11 veterans here in Northwest Arkansas that I help with the service dogs and stuff like that. So that's a big thing I do with tick season, buying Bravecto and, what's the stuff they put on the back of the neck? Advantage, I think is what it's called, Advantix. So I help a lot of vets with that. So if you want to become a member, feel free. I always like to get 10 new members on the channel. And if you join the channel as a member, you get in that private Discord server. Let's keep cooking here. We got some other stuff that we really need to talk about. And if there's something that you all want to talk about, if there is a subject that you want me to look up live right now, drop a super chat and I'm happy to follow whatever path that you all want to go on. Okay. But I see what's happening right now in the Texas Aviator. God bless you. Thank you so much. There we go. Texas Aviator, one of the members. Now I want to show you this, and this is why it's so important for us to continue to keep gaining members here on the channel. Texas Aviator, thank you.
How dare you?
How dare you support the channel, brother? How dare you? And we've got other ones coming in. Richard just gave away 5 memberships. Thank you. Mike gave away 5 memberships. Thank you. Abbott's been bought and paid for since 2022. BR549, Junior Samples phone number. There we go. They have street signs in Chinese in Houston. Are you kidding me? $2 super chat. Thank you very much. $50 from Trevor right here in Arkansas. Trevor, God bless you. I appreciate you, brother. I still owe you a burger. Well, let's meet up at Pig Trail Harley Davidson one day and grab a burger. They got great burgers outside. So the UK has now proposed censoring YouTube. The United Kingdom government released a June 23rd green paper outlining how they want to push what they're calling public service broadcasters above people like me. So that's why we have to continue. Chuck Baker, welcome back. God bless you. Thank you for becoming a member. This would extend TV rules to apps and social media, right? So that's why we have to, and this is their YouTube. This is why we have to keep fighting here. I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting. They want YouTube to artificially boost news channels, the ones that are paid for by, Big Pharma. Big Pharma pays for them. They want YouTube to do that. So join the channel as a member. Help me skirt this, okay? This is Nigel Farage posting that. UK is now a full-blown communist country. How long before it happens here? This is Mike Benz chiming in. Mike Benz, YouTube can't stop this. They need the U.S. State Department and White House to step in to stop this censorship, right? This is censorship. Follow me over on X because that's how I keep in contact with a lot of people. The deep state, I believe they're behind us. Impact of new rules includes mandatory prominence for, licensed broadcasters. This requires digital platforms like YouTube to prioritize and give a privileged position to traditional broadcasters like the BBC, ITV, Channel 4, CNN, MSN, all those kind of people. That's what this is the big push for, ladies and gents. That is what they want. They want to control this. They want to control how you get information. That is what the whole goal is. If they control what information you get, we go back to the days of Fauci, right? I'm not going to play that game. I can't play that game. Let's talk about this real quick. And this is a game that a lot of people are. Paul Pelosi, remember the rubber hammer? Paul Pelosi is facing hit and run charge after striking a parked car in Napa. No, none of us can afford to go to Napa. But apparently, old Paul Pelosi is now a little hit and run thing here. A little hit and run. What do you think about old Paul? Do you think he might have been dropping off his paid friend? We'll call them paid friends. You know what I'm talking about. Wow, we got a lot of people watching on X. A lot of people. 500 plus watching on X. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys kick butt. How many of you believe old Paul Pelosi's up to something funny here? Right? Let's grab this link here. I want to see what the New York Post says about this. New York Post, Nancy Pelosi's husband, Paul, has a history of car crashes, including the wreck that killed his brother. This is like the Kennedy car wash up at Chappaquiddick, right? Paul Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi's husband, facing hit and run charges, smashing his convertible, I'm sure it was a Bentley, into a parked car in Napa. The latest in a string of crashes, including one that left his brother dead decades earlier. 86-year-old San Francisco-based businessman who has been married to former House Speaker Nancy. And if I was married to Nancy, I would be an alcoholic too. I mean, literally, it's probably the only way I would be crying in the shower most days. Let's see here. There's Paul. Look at this car. We got some car experts. Any car experts on what kind of car that is? The accident occurred in early morning hours. Oh, this is talking about whenever his brother passed away in 1957. But what kind of car is that? That's not the convertible. I think that's the one from 2022. Whew. Oh, he was only driving a Porsche 911. Paul, up your game, dude. I thought Nancy had money. You're only driving a 4 or 5-year-old Porsche 911. I expected more out of you, dude. A Bentley, a Bugatti, a Rolls Royce. Paul, you deserve. Oh, look at that. Neither one of them are wearing. Well, Paul's not wearing a wedding ring, is he? Look at that hand right there. Paul's not wearing a wedding ring. You see that? Paul, were you playing away from home? Are you batting for the other team? Oh gosh, these people. We got 2,200. We've got over 2,000 people watching right now. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Join the channel as a member. Get in the chat. I really appreciate it. I'm going to do this. The chat is flying right now. How many of you believe Paul's guilty of this? Huh? I don't think Paul will serve a day in jail. Not a freaking day in the clink. There's no way. There is no way that Paul goes to jail. Never. No way in hell that Paul goes to jail. She's got some claws, doesn't she? Yeah, she does. Looks like the Crypt Keeper married, well, I don't know. I want to show you this, and this is all rumor. I can't confirm any of this, but I'm sure some of you might be able to. Several men from the Boston area have come forward. This is all through TMZ. Several men from the Boston area have come forward to claim that Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, sorry, I don't do Spanish accents whenever it's a Spanish name, was one of the highest paid private escorts in the area's college scene. She was expensive, said one of the men, who asked to be called Joe, like Biden, to protect his identity, but she was worth it. Joe says AOC was booked out months in advance. Do people really think she came up with $600,000 to run for Congress through grassroots donations? Nobody had any idea who she was. She was a bartender. Two of the men have produced receipts for both the Republican National Committee and TMZ for release in October. Is this going to be the October surprise? AOC was a lady of the night. Is anybody surprised by this? If you're surprised, type 1. If you're not surprised, type 2. Yes or no? Are you surprised by this? Gavin Newsom and wife are going down like Paul P. Oh, gosh, that's disgusting. October surprise. This could very well change a lot of things for the midterms if AOC happened to be a more than what meets the eye. How many of you believe that this could be I see a lot of twos. He's married to Nancy. His life is prison. Oh gosh, you're so right. You're so wrong and so right at the same time. So if this is true with AOC, should she be removed? I believe the Democrat Party will say, hey, she works hard for her money, right? In the words of Tina Turner, private dancer. She's a dancer for money. Not any old money will do. Right? I think the Democrat Party will get behind this. I think the Democrat Party will embrace her as being a strong and powerful woman, using her moneymaker, I guess. I don't know what you want to call. Candy says, surprise, surprise. Ladies, we got a lot of ladies in the chat. Do you think this diminishes her as a Democrat, a powerful woman? Just like Harris heals up. What is this? Still $600K at $1 a pop. Oh gosh. $600K at $1 a pop is a hard work. Okay, I'll give that one to you. I believe the Democrat Party will congratulate her on her hard work. I literally think that. Let's go here. Let's liven up the room.
The heart of our nation's capital, one of the very first American flags ever to it bears the 13 stars and 13 stripes of the 13 states that declared independence on the 4th of July. There it is. This was the flag that flew victorious at Saratoga. And these are the real deals, too. These are the real flags. These are flags that have seen a lot. These were the stars and stripes that flew triumphant when the British waved the white flag of surrender at Yorktown. That was a big surrender.
I believe the British are waving the white flag of surrender again.
Nobody thought that was possible. They were the greatest power of the world, and they surrendered, and that was the beginning. Ever since, the entire world has been on notice that Americans will never let anyone take our freedom away. Won't happen. And all these talks from the communists, they haven't got a chance. Not even a chance. We don't want communists in our country. Never worked, and it never will work.
I don't think the communism is going to work either. Let's go back here, right, real quick. You know what it doesn't say in the Constitution? Give up your right to appease some crybaby liberals. Never give up your rights to appease some crybaby liberals. So true. Ben Franklin. Looks like a black lady there. I think that's the black chick that is there. I watched a lot of the speech last night that was delayed. There were so many liberals that were freaking out. They were wanting the speech not to happen. They did not want the president to talk to America. They wanted there's so many people right now that just hate America so much that they want the president to fail. They want him to fail, and they would do anything to see it happen.
On D-Day in World War II, Navy Lieutenant Arthur Rose commanded 36 landing craft as part of the largest naval armada in history. Recalling that sight, he wrote home to his parents, "What a country we are." At 107 years old, Lieutenant Rose is here to salute one of our nation's most prized possessions, the flag that flew aboard the first landing craft on D-Day and led the first Americans onto the beaches of Normandy to liberate Europe and defeat Nazi fascism forever.
107 years old, up at midnight to celebrate the 250. Look at that squid. I bet you he had a bourbon and a cigar. Gosh, that makes me so happy.
Lieutenant Rose, you are an inspiration to this beautiful crowd, and we thank you very much.
That guy scares the Democrat Party. He scares the Democrat socialists. This guy fought Democrat socialists at Normandy. He literally fought them. And right now, I believe we're in another battle doing the same damn thing. 107 years old, still looks great. I bet he doesn't drink cheap bourbon. No cheap whiskey for that guy. I guarantee you he's drinking some 50-year-old Macallan. At least that's what I would be doing. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to celebrate this guy's life today. Again, I mowed some yards yesterday, did some stuff. I shared a lot of pictures in the Discord. Horses, ducks, geese, critters, all that. If anybody needs any Muscovy ducks, let me know. I've got too many Muscovy ducks I need to get rid of. Brooklyn Bridge bursted into flames last night during Macy's July 4th fireworks show. Look at this. How many think this was an accident? Does anybody think this was an accident? Because this is scary. I don't believe in a whole lot of coincidences. Look at this. Brooklyn Bridge. Look at the fire burning right there on the bridge.
Right. Okay. And then you still want me to cut, right?
This is crazy watching the bridge burn. And Mamdani, cutting all the funding to the fire and first responders, hell with it. Turn up your air conditioners. That's his thing, right? Turn up your air conditioners. That's Mamdani's answer to everything. It's the air conditioner's fault. That's probably what set the fire on the bridge, right? Let's go here. Let's talk about oatmeal real quick. Oatmeal brains. Joe Biden didn't waste any time chiming in. And he's getting scorched, to use the term for the bridge, on his anti-American 4th of July message. Look at this message that old Joe put out. Let's go here. Let me show you this. 250 years ago, Americans signed their names to a piece of parchment, made a promise. We're the only nation built not on ethnicity or blood or geography. He says, now it's our turn. There's nothing guaranteed about our democracy. We have to fight for it, defend it, earn it. And over, year after year, that's not a burden. I did. Yep. 250 years in, we still haven't fully lived up to those words in the Declaration, but we've never walked away from them. This is July 4th. I hope all of us can commit to one thing, that we never will. He says, our story isn't finished. Let's keep writing it together. This is the same guy that turned the White House into a rainbow color. Right? No one believes that Joe wrote that himself. Joe's a clown. Puppet master, a super sticker. You're absolutely right. Joe is a clown. Let's do this. I want to turn this over. We're going to turn this over to you all for a few minutes and get some takes. I want to get as many calls as I possibly can in from different parts of the country. Just turn down the audio. If you're a veteran, make sure you let me know that you're a veteran. Post your branch of service in the chat there. I want to hear from you guys. This is your show. Writing it together. Was that a message to AOC? Oh God, that's horrible. That's disgusting and vile. And I love everything about it. I have a very twisted sense of humor. Oops, wrong bin. Most importantly, don't watch this unless you can handle the truth. Okay. I believe the way the Dems are. Okay. Ride free on 3 and be safe. Thank you so much. Yeah, I ride a trike. I've got a Harley trike. I've got a bad leg. I've got a rod in one of my legs, and I tore the MCL and ACL just a couple of years ago. I got rear-ended. But I'm going to take some calls this morning. I love talking to people here on the channel. G-Dub, good morning. Candy over on X. How many of you agree with Lawrence of Arabia? Lawrence, is Joe a traitor? Let's grab some calls here. If you're a regular caller and I skip over you, I'm just trying to allow some other people to call in. Let's go here. Kick it off. 936 area code. What's your name?
Good morning, Ben. This is Mark in Nacogdoches.
Nacogdoches. Thank you for calling. What would you like to say this morning, sir?
Well, regarding the Patriot Front, I think you had that gentleman on from the FBI. I think it would be really cool if you could have him on again and maybe ask him a few questions about what that group is about.
That's a great idea. His name is Chris Peyota. He was the number 3 at the FBI. He's a good friend of mine, personal friend of mine. That is a great idea. I will do that. I will get him back on. Thank you very much for calling, man. I'm writing that down. That's a damn good idea because he might know more about, I guarantee you he knows more about Patriot Front than we do. God bless you. Thank you for calling.
Yes, sir.
Paratrooper, what you got, brother?
I'm from Tennessee, brother. You know that.
Yes, sir.
You know what? I spent my entire military career fighting against communism in the 70s, and this makes me physically ill. And make no mistake, these democratic socialists are nothing but communists. And as far as I'm concerned, the only good commie is a dead commie.
Do you think it's going to get worse? Are we seeing an actual, I think that we're fighting an ideology here in this country, and there's so many lazy people that will side with Democrat socialism, communism, call it what you will, because they want something free. That's what I think.
That's absolutely right. They are completely lazy and they want everything for free. They want to work for nothing. You know, the people are just useless and they're fooled. They're not being taught how bad communism is. You and I both know that 140 million deaths are responsible by communism created those deaths. And communism has never worked and it never will work. But you're right. They want something for free.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to put this poll to the chat, Paratrooper. Somebody in the comments just said, if you're on benefits, you shouldn't be allowed to vote. What's your take? Because it sounds like I could see their perspective where they would think that they would just keep voting for more free stuff. Yes or no? What do you think? And I'm going to grab this other call.
No.
No. Okay. Not allowed to vote. God bless you, Paratrooper. Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, this is Ed over in Texas, man.
Ed, what would you like to say? Simplify, God bless you.
I just want to let you know, man, I really love your show. And I love everything you're doing for all the patriots out there.
Thank you.
You know, America first.
Thank you for calling. I really appreciate you. I think we've got a little disconnect in there, kind of a delay. Thank you very much, Ed. Appreciate you. I think we had a little malfunction. Just dropping in to see what condition your condition's in, right? That's a good question. Do you think people that are on benefits should be allowed to vote? That's a hell of a question. Rabbit hole. Line 5. What do you got?
Good morning, Ben. It's Dawn in Reading. Hey, I stayed up late, watched the show in DC. Totally epic. Those veterans were amazing. And I got to tell you, I've been rewatching all the videos from the Europeans visiting here. And it makes me so proud to be an American because we've all stepped up and shown them a great time and amazing hospitality. And that's what we are all about. And I absolutely freaking love it. It's amazing.
God bless you. Let's grab this next one. Line 6. What do you got?
Hi, I think Americans are great, and I think we should allow help, but I think we should also have the ability to help others in this country. And if we do get help from the state and the government, we could pay it back, and we can also collect the funds from the old debts from wars, which we as Americans really didn't choose.
Okay. Do you like what you're seeing in the country right now? I think we're seeing a
No, I don't like it, but I
what,
think we
what
could
do you not
handle
like?
it.
What do you not like?
The disruption and dismay that's made in every person's mind that one side hates the other side, which apparently they all do, which you can. You're allowed to hate. That's your gift to yourself. But
Sure.
the thing is, we can work on that hate and we could turn it around and make it work for everybody. We can.
Do you have any family members that disagree with you politically?
Yes.
Okay. And how do you communicate? How do you break down that barrier? How do you make that happen? How do you personally do it?
I don't think the barrier has been broken in my personal family because I'm of a certain age and I think a certain way, and they're in their 30s and 40s and they think another way. And even though they think that way and I think my way, when I say, it could all work out if everybody works together and people just aren't angry and fighting about it. Like if we did it in a way where Americans aren't hating each other. You shouldn't hate each other for color or whatever. Don't waste your time hating.
Well, it seems like the Democrat Party's only platform is hate and Trump bad. Thank you for calling. Let's go line 7. What do you got?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Go right ahead.
Yes. I'm calling here from the Rio Grande Valley here close to the border of Texas.
Thank you for calling.
And I've been here a little bit. Yes, sir. I've been here for most of my life. And during these years that I've been young and
are you here legally?
Are
you a legal citizen?
Of course I am, sir. Okay. I talk very good English and I can tell you what I feel about what's going on today. I think our message is being lost. And our patriotism is mainly right now is making our choices either we go into communism or it's testing our will to see if we are actually truly are for our country. But the main thing here that I see is the birthright citizenship. I think that one there is where I see where it's wrong because the way I see it is what is incentivize everything here is the benefits. If we can get rid of the benefits for these individuals that are coming in here and doing all this, having their babies here, it would be a little bit more where, how can I put it? A little bit more, instead of just giving them all the incentives, give the illegals that the I-10 numbers so they can contribute like a temporary protection status to pay off that debt. So
I think by giving away my birthright citizenship, it devalues what it means to be an American. That's what I think. That's my opinion. It takes away from how amazing, how important it is to be born as an American. I'm not for birthright citizenship. I think the Rio Grande River should be full of hippos and crocodiles, sharks with lasers, a fire moat, and razor wire. That's what I think. And I think we should do the same thing at the Canadian border because we're seeing that being exploited as well. Thank you for calling. I really appreciate it. God bless you. Let's go here. Line 2. We're back at the top of the board. What do you got? Line 2, go right ahead. Line 2 will hang up on you. 100%. Never said disabled veterans. Thank you. Yeah. Alligator Alcatraz. Open more. I want hippos at the southern border. One of the most dangerous animals on the planet. That's what I want. Hippos in the Rio Grande. That is literally what I would help fund that. End birthright citizenship. Sharks with lasers. Yeah, I want that too. I want sharks with lasers. 250th anniversary of the country. Bring on the sharks with lasers. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Love to get your opinion. Sounds like a lot of people are fired up. Are we seeing a rejuvenation, or are we seeing more of a divide? I think the left, the Democrat socialists, are being invigorated. Their cause is also increasing. At the same time, the patriot cause is increasing. Let's go line 1. What do you got? Line 1. I don't think your phone works at all. Get a better Obama phone. There you go. Get a better Obama phone. Let me just block that number. You obviously don't know how to work a phone, or it's just not working. I believe both sides are starting to see a rise. I think patriotism's on the rise. I think Democrat socialism's on the rise. At some point, it's going to come to a head. The midterm elections could be that battle, but that's going to come to a head. I see the divide, but patriots will stand strong. The sad part is patriots don't have a problem being seen. The Democrat socialists are inside of the halls of Congress. They're waving Ukrainian flags in the halls of Congress. Let me show you this. This is what they're doing right now. Conservatives rage over refunding Planned Parenthood. Members of Congress failed to pass an extension to get this back on. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir.
This is
Go right
Steve
ahead.
from Missouri.
Steve, Missouri. What do you got?
Well, I keep listening to everybody, and nobody's really saying what's really going on, and that is the devil's running the world, and he's playing his game. And we're just a bunch of pawns getting pushed around from every war, everything else. And we need to all get right with God again. Otherwise, we're going to fall.
There was a quote, there was a line in the movie, in the George Washington movie, said multiple times, even a pawn can take the king. Thank you for calling, Steve. God bless you. Let's go here. Line 3. What do you got? Line 3. All right, never mind. Line 4. What do you got?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Man, I'll tell you what, that show you had the other day with you and the Butnick, my wife almost fell plumb out of her chair. Laughed
He's a
hard.
good dude. He's a good British guy. He said to hell with Britain. He had to get out while the getting was good.
He's cool. He's cool. That was an awesome show. One of my relatives actually signed the levy in Virginia to secede from Great Britain. And they were given 20,000 acres of land for services in the Continental Army. And that 20,000 acres sits right where Nashville is right now.
I'll be damned. That's amazing.
There's a street in Nashville called McGavock Pike. That's my last name. That was after my great uncle. So patriotism. I'm all. All this stuff is the Democrats. They're trying to divide us, trying to make it a one world order, trying to bring in all this socialism. And it's all about free stuff. I'm a supervisor on jobs, and I hire and fire, and finding good workers, someone that actually wants to work now, is really hard to do. I mean, it really is. Find somebody
it's too easy to vote for free stuff.
Sit there,
It's too easy to vote for free things, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's too easy to sit home and draw those checks and get all kinds of benefits. I'm sorry, I can't work because I'm a little lazy, and I've got this, they can claim anything as a mental deficiency now and get food stamps and free money. I mean, anything.
We have to de-incentivize. We have to, and I don't know if that's the right word.
That's the right word.
We have to de-incentivize free stuff. As long as people can continue to vote for their own free stuff, it never ends. It will never go away.
I don't know how, my kids, they don't care. They saw me, they watched me. I've never been without a job a day in my life. They see me change jobs, and I've got a job waiting before I quit the job that I'm on.
Absolutely.
I'm never without a job. Never been without a job. One way or the other. Either I made my own job or I went to work for somebody else.
I agree.
And that's what we need to instill in our children nowadays is, you want to work. They want to work. They want to carry your own weight. They want to,
here's something that's very interesting. My wife noticed this yesterday. We were leaving the movie theater. And as we were leaving the movie theater, there was a homeless, well, she wasn't homeless. There was a woman there with a sign coming out of the parking lot right on College Avenue in Fayetteville, said, my roommate moved out. I need help, blah, blah, blah. First thing my wife noticed, she was wearing Bose headphones. She had an Apple Watch on, and she had an iPhone.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she's wanting me to give her some of my money that I pay taxes on. You know what I said? Double bird, go to hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Double bird, go to hell.
For the groceries.
Yeah. Double bird, go to hell. I'm not giving you a penny of my money. Kiss my white ass. There you go. Thank you for and I'm not ashamed of being white. Brian, thank you for calling, brother. God bless you. I'm not ashamed of it. Okay. Let's do this. Apparently gas prices have been dropping. Post the gas prices in location where you're at right now. There should not be any kind of legal incentives for illegal immigration. I agree with that 1000%. Bridget, thank you for that comment. I think that's a very, very relevant. 335 MA. Oh, Massachusetts. There needs to be strong consequences for politicians. Chud the Builder. I don't know who that is. Go Lakers. I don't watch the NBA. $12 for a gallon of gas wherever this guy lives. 12 cents there. Okay. Oklahoma City, 303. Every time I went looking for a job, I'd have a new one in 3. There you go. Let's go line 4. What do you got?
Yeah, man, I think that the problem we have in the United States is the school system. Because I remember when I was in 3rd grade and Kennedy got assassinated and everybody was just, devastated. Now, if President Trump got shot and killed, they'd all be rejoicing.
Oh, they would party like it's 1999, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and I blame it all on the school systems. I really do.
I've said this multiple times. We're the only country in the world where we allow our enemy to educate our children. And I say enemy because you and I both know a lot of these teachers in these schools are avowed communist. They believe in multiple types of people, not just men and women. They believe in multiple types. They believe in allowing dudes to use women's restrooms. They believe in dudes to play in girls' sports. They believe in that. They believe in the minor attracted people ideology. We see it every day. They believe in that. And we allow, I say we allow because we are allowing it. We're allowing our enemy to teach our children. Think about universities. That is a cesspool of Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Yeah, that's why I said what I said. And the colleges are the worst. I mean, they're absolutely the worst. They put you in debt and then teach you that America's, a shithole.
Did you see what the Department of Education just did?
No.
Oh boy, I'm going to make you happy. Department of Education didn't decide. Department of Education is defunding degree loans for degrees that don't have a good earning potential. Like if you tried to get a degree in feminine dance therapy, they're not going to give you college loans.
It's about time, huh?
Yeah, it says, let's see here. Department of Education is, I want to pull this up while I'm on here. Department of Education is defunding low return degrees. If you're trying to get a degree in, like I said, feminine dance therapy, you're not going to get a college loan for that. They want to fund degrees like STEM, like, you know, something in the mechanical engineering, something that you can help the country, right? That's what they want to do.
That's going to stop a lot of kids from, you know, ruining their lives, pretty much.
We don't need more social workers. We don't need any more, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I mean. You know, if they can't get a loan, they can't go to school for it. It's going to save them in the long run, you know, from being in debt and never making something of themselves.
If you want to be a social worker, pay for your own damn degree. That's what I think.
Right.
If you want to be a mechanical engineer and help build roads, I'll help subsidize that degree. You can get a college loan, because a social worker can get a master's degree, amass $250,000 in debt, never pay back the loan, and then want me and you to be on the hook for it. That's what's happening right now. That's the plan.
I did trade schools all my life, you know, and that's I'm so thankful I did.
Absolutely. Thank you for calling, brother. God bless you. There we go. Hope you had a wonderful weekend watching your podcast this morning. You're doing great work. Thank you for all you do and time you put in. Trump pardoned my old boss, the former mayor of Plano, Texas, on July 3rd. We were in the BOP together. I don't know what that means. Back in 98 to 01, I'm going to share the pardon with you. Share it. I think it's great that Trump pardoned some of this. Let me show you this. This is too funny. This is too funny. A lot of people watched the hot dog eating contest. Apparently, Joey, whatever his name, Joey Chestnut, 66 wieners in 10 minutes. Kamala says, hold my beer. Kamala says, hold my beer, Joey. 66 wieners in 10 minutes. You can't touch this, to quote that guy, to quote whatever that guy's name was. Let's go, James, Virginia. What you got, James?
You do a great job on what you do, and one of these days, I sure wish you'd run for Congress. We need a guy like you in Congress.
I cuss too much, James.
Come on, you would be great. If we could raise the money for you, man, there's no doubt you'd get elected.
I cuss too much, and I would make fun of these people to their face.
Ben, let me say one thing real quick.
Go for it.
I refer to the people in Ireland as we the people.
Okay.
Just imagine those people in Ireland, the communists over there have pushed them into the corner and they're kicking back. Can you imagine what would happen if we, the people of Ireland, were armed? They keep trying to push back in America like they're doing. Does these communists even realize what they're setting themselves up for? They should think about it.
Sadly, they've allowed it to happen. I mean, they have, it's a train wreck. You know, I'm going to say this, James, and you might find this funny or odd or whatever. I don't know if you've kept track, but the World Cup is going on. Yesterday, France won, Morocco won. And today, or in the next game, France plays Morocco. And those two nations are basically Islamic nations. It's going to be an Islamic, fully Islamic game. It's going to be the first World Cup match with two Islamic countries playing each other. I think it's
it is crazy.
It is. I would have never thought this either. You know what I mean?
One other thing, Ben, real quick. Our communist governor has her leadership has resulted in the biggest gun purchases in the history of the state of Virginia. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Good. That's great.
You think we're going to give these guns up? No.
You know, I'm looking for a couple of new ones myself just to celebrate. I'll tell you why I'm buying a new gun, actually. I got a bunch of rats down in the barn, and I've got to get a 22 with a silencer, because if I use my current pistol, it scares my horses It scares all the critters.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta get a silencer on a 22 to go shoot some rats. And I feel like Congress would be a hell of a place to start. God bless you, brother. I appreciate you calling.
You too, Ben.
Let's see here. So I see this pardon, executive grant of clemency, Jack Harvard. Let's see here. Be it known that this day, Donald Trump, president of the United States, his friend got pardoned. United States versus Barr. Jack Harvard. Congratulations. Let me give you a boom shakalaka
Amen.
for that.
Hallelujah.
That's amazing to see.
And boom shakalaka.
Confront the threat. Trump urged to take action against communism. Guys, what do you think our biggest problem is right now? Is it the Democrat socialist? Is it communism? Is it liberal ideology? I never thought that these would all come together like this. I never thought that they would come to a rearing, like, it seems like a unified movement, all happening at the same damn time. I want to play something real quick because, number one, I'm going to refill my coffee. We got a great audience going. We got over almost 4,000 people watching right now. Want to say thank you to everybody. I need to refill my coffee. I got my old Rush Limbaugh mug here, EIB Network. What do you think the biggest problem is right now? I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Poll in the chat while I play this clip here. And I really want to get your take on this. I like Fox News. I'm not 100% for Fox, but I do believe out of all the news organizations, it might be one of the best. I like Newsmax. I like One America News. But I think Fox is right now, they're probably the best out of all of them. I love Jesse Waters and Greg Gutfeld.
That you saw right behind those ladies who were singing 104 years old. We all almost fell off of our chairs last night when we were reporting, and they said he was 104 years old because he looked and sounded amazing. At the end of their singing, he said, I've always thought I was a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy tonight. And looking at those beautiful ladies, it was a fun moment.
He was. That was the best of the spirit of Fox News' Freedom Bunker.
That's right. The spirit remained high in the Freedom Bunker during a brief weather evacuation. Despite the rain, thousands returned back to the National Mall last night.
Showing the American resilience, a key theme of President Trump's speech honoring America's greatest heroes.
From the beginning, we were a nation that lived by the motto, victory or death, and live free or die. 1 out of every 100 Americans gave their lives in the fight for independence. He helped lead a surprise attack on 100 enemy combatants. They said he was finished. And this evening he stands to salute the only flag of its kind, the one that was draped over the casket of President Abraham Lincoln. Captain Schubring is here tonight, and he is saluting the flag that went down with the Arizona at Pearl Harbor, but was raised back up.
Fox News contributor Hugh Hewitt joins us now. So great to see you this morning, Hugh. So the president had a spectacular speech at Mount Rushmore on Friday night, and then that speech last night. Give us a grade on how you think the president did ringing in America 250.
Oh, good morning, friends. He got a AA because, as you noted, on Friday night, he's at Mount Rushmore, gave a terrific speech with Washington, Jefferson, Lincoln, and TR behind him, flies back to D.C., gets a rain delay and a thunderstorm, gives another terrific speech. And I just want to salute whoever helped him and whatever came out of that speech. I'll remember him recognizing Sergeant William Graves from the battle at Morris Island back in 1863, I believe. And then we go up to Colonel Paris Davis in Vietnam, Medal of Honor recipient as well, saluting the flag on Lincoln's casket. Then we got the Pearl Harbor veteran. We've got the Normandy veteran. We got the Iwo Jima veteran. That's an extraordinary bit of craftsmanship. So the drama of Friday night and Saturday night, I just want to remark, you guys work long hours. Sometimes I work long hours. I don't know how the president does that. From
I know.
Mount Rushmore on Friday night to D.C. on Saturday night, rain delay, and knock it out of the park. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, his energy is just off the charts. Everyone wants to know, where does it come from? You talked about these battles. The president saying we have another battle on our hands, communism, which has been.
I want to get your opinion here. What grade do you give Trump? A through F. Horatius says a C. What grade do you give Trump in the chat? I would love to know why you think it's a C. I'm going to give Trump an A. I believe it would be an A+ if Congress and the Senate would do something.
Totally normalized in the Democrat Party. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll get your thoughts on the other side of this clip.
The entire world has been on notice that Americans will never let anyone take our freedom away. Won't happen. And all these talks from the communists, they haven't got a chance. Not even a chance. The communist system is the opposite of the American system, and the communist system has never worked. Our warriors did not fight communism on battlefields across the world, only to have that menace rear its ugly head right back here in America. We're not going to let it happen.
Hugh, he also said communism, like for young people in particular, they need to relearn that lesson, and the president's taking this head on, right?
I think he is, and I'm glad he is. He did it both at Mount Rushmore. He did it last night on the Mall. Rip off the gift wrapping. Rip off all the idea of, oh, we'll give a lot of stuff away. Confront the fact, as he did, communism has never worked anywhere. And whether
somebody said they want arrest. Have you seen over the last 5 days that they arrested over 10,000 people? 10,000 arrests in 5 days. Dictum. I don't know. 10,000 arrests is pretty good. The show Cops never did that. The cops need to be on side. Without the cops, the USA is finished. B+, more bombs. Okay. Somebody said they give Trump a Q+. What grade do you give the president? There's a lot of people that are saying B, he needs to try like hell to go after and arrest the corrupt Democrat politicians. Now, I agree with that. I will agree with that. But I'll say this, the president does not have arrest powers. The Department of Justice, the FBI, they have the arrest powers. That's I hate to say it. That's I wish Trump had arrest powers. Hey, Dixie Dog. Oh, there we go. God bless you. A lot of people. Is there anybody giving Trump an F? Does there anybody think that Trump is a complete failure in what he's done? Anybody? I mean, are any of the flat earthers in the chat that think that Trump is just failing? He's just failed miserably. He's just the worst president ever. Because I don't think that. I think what we're seeing is a real rejuvenation compared to if you just take what we saw compared to what we're seeing now. And I see that in the poll, the chat in the poll, that a lot of people think the number one threat is communism. Okay. 9% think socialism, 20% left-wing ideology, 16% university indoctrination. Okay. I'm going to show you how to spot a communist. Here we go. Let's roll it.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If he openly declares himself to be a communist, we take his word for it.
I am a democratic socialist.
You call yourself a democratic socialist?
I'm a democratic socialist. Mamdani is a self-described socialist.
I am a democratic socialist.
Claire Valdez, this is a candidate, again, aligned with the Democratic Socialists of America.
I'm a proud democratic socialist.
I identify as a democratic socialist, but I'm running as a Democrat.
We will replace the frigidity of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism.
We will prove that there is no problem too large for government to solve and no concern too small for it to care about.
If a person consistently reads and advocates the views expressed in a communist publication, he may be a communist.
Social media posts from Teresa Avila Chevalier's old X account, including favorable references to communism, Marxist ideology, and authoritarian communist figures.
As Eugene Debs once said,
If a person supports organizations which reflect communist teachings, she may be a communist.
I've been a member of New York.
Who do you think the leader of the Democrat Party is right now? I put a poll in the chat. Who is the leader of the Democrat Party? Mamdani, Obama, AOC, Kamala, Gavin Newsom? He's under investigation right now. Also, the other Democrat candidate for governor in California, Becerra, he's under investigation. One of his staffers wore a wire for 2 years. Who is the leader of the Democrat Party?
DSA for 7 years.
Eat the rich and feed the poor. This is class war.
If a person defends the activities of communist nations while consistently attacking the domestic and foreign policy of the United States, she may be a communist.
Cuba has a remarkable public health system.
We remember Fidel Castro, whose legacy is complex.
Sort of the opposite of what the United States has.
You know, when Fidel Castro came into office, you know what he did? He had a massive literacy program. Is that a bad thing?
There's a lot of dissidents imprisoned in Cuba.
That's right.
The actions and U.S. contributions to the suffering of Cubans.
This particular bullying and the use of sanctions.
Like other U.S. policies, the cruelty is the point.
It does not help the people of countries like Venezuela.
Do you believe that the 9/11 terrorist attacks on America were the inevitable consequence of American foreign policy?
Inevitable in the sense that we destabilized a lot of the Middle East, that forced people to believe that another act of violence was the only response.
Social media post from Elisa Avila Chevalier. One calls the United States an effing disgrace.
If a person does all these things over a period of time, he must be a communist.
I mean, our goal is liberation. Our goal is communism.
That's how you spot them. Who's the leader of the Democrat Party? AOC, Mamdani? I firmly believe if they win the midterms, things are going to change. How many of you went and saw the George Washington movie? I feel so invigorated. I feel so recharged for everything we're doing here. And I know if you're a veteran and you went and saw it, you walked out of there with a damn tear in your eye because the room just felt patriotic. It just felt great to be. Man, it just felt so damn good to be surrounded by people that love America. It just felt right. Lines are open. Let's grab some more calls here. I want to grab some more calls. Hopefully I riled you up. 615-475-7864. We got about 4,000 people watching right now. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I urge people watching over on X and Rumble and Kick and Twitch and Facebook and all these other platforms. Call in. Let me know what you're thinking. 615-475-7864. Get your voice heard. We got the balls to take the calls here. Okay? You do good things here, bro. Thank you, Caveman, Captain Caveman. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got? Line 2.
Good morning, Ben. Joey from Wisconsin.
Joey in Wisconsin. What you got?
I believe that people need to realize that that day in Butler, Pennsylvania, God saved Trump. He picked Trump. We need to believe in Trump and realize that he really loves this country. And he has a plan for these commies. And God help them the day that MAGA takes to the streets, my brother. I hope it don't happen, but God help these bastards.
Let me ask you this. Let's just do a what if. What if the bullet found its real target? What if Trump was eliminated? What would have happened? Where would we be at right now, Joey?
Well, I think that it would have got really ugly when it happened. I think that sadly, not really sadly, we would have rallied around J.D. Vance. I still think we would have taken the presidency. But
you
I
think J.D.
it
Vance would have won anyway? You think J.D.
Yes,
Vance
I
would have
do.
won anyway?
Oh, they would have rallied around him, insanely rallied around this man. Yes,
Now,
I
a
do.
lot of people in the chat, I asked the question, not just to you, but to the people in the chat, what do you think would have happened? Robert says Civil War. Do you think that is a real legitimate possibility?
Yes, and sadly, Ben, I feel sometimes that it might be the only solution, and it kind of sucks. But you know what? I got grandkids. You know what I mean? And I lived a great life in this country. So for me to go out, making sure that my grandson, getting choked up, has the life that guys like you and I had, and bless you for your service, my brother, then you know what? I'm fine with it.
Somebody says here, Lance says no one can believe that the Butler shooting was real. I think the family of that firefighter would push back and say it was real. Something, I forget that as a name, it was an Italian name. I can't pronounce it. I would butcher the name. But Lance Ford, do you believe that the shooting was real? He says that it wasn't real. You know what's sad? More people celebrated or more people honored the George Floyd death
absolutely.
than Trump being shot.
Ben, real quickly, I feel that the Democrats, deep state, whatever you want to call them, they have really, really targeted some of the mentally ill and the weak because they're easy prey, and they've just scooped them up, and now they got them marching like sheep in the street for, they don't even know what they're thinking. They've really attacked these people to do their dirty work.
I can't believe somebody thinks that the Butler incident is not real.
Oh, it's real.
I don't understand how anybody could say that wasn't real.
Some people are just born in conspiracy theorists. The truth could be slapped them right in the face, and they choose not to look at it, brother.
You might be right. Thank you for calling. I appreciate you. Joey in Wisconsin. Great call. No one can believe that the Butler incident was real. Comparatory. I knew I would get that. The Butler incident was allowed to happen. I can't say that it wasn't allowed. I think there were warning signs. Let's do this. I want to get a real thing here. Was Butler real? Yes, no. And let's go. Let's go here. I want to see what everybody says here. New poll up in the chat. Chime in. Let's grab this call. Line 1. What do you got?
Good morning, Ben. This is DJ Razor in Arizona. Hey, I kind of, this thing with the Butler thing real quick. I know it's real, but I think at the same time you have to think, I can't believe it was real that it actually happened, that we witnessed it, that we've seen it.
Okay.
And that even that even at the time where we are in American citizen, as Americans, we're still trying to kill our leaders. I mean, it's another take on looking at things,
Okay.
And and one quick message to you, brother. Happy 250th birthday from the Army, sir. Have a good day.
I really appreciate you. I want to say thank you for your service as well, brother. God bless you.
God bless you too. Bye-bye.
Take care. Okay, so he says he can't believe it happened. Okay. Line 3, go right ahead.
Yes, it's Andy from Iowa.
Andy in Iowa.
My main concern really is the Muslim horde that is been pushed in here since Bush and it's been accelerated since.
Are we seeing an active invasion? Because I feel like it.
Yes, and if you pull up a map of the United States of where the location of mosques are, it's pretty much just scattered across our whole country.
Sanctuary cities seems like the most easy target.
Yes, it is. And I think they're pushing way beyond where they should be allowed to, as far as these little private groups having their own little Sharia law going on. It's a bunch of crap in our country.
Okay. What do you think we do? Do we just cut off all immigration right now? Do we suspend all immigration? Is that the easiest answer?
Well, I would say watch the ones coming in from Muslim countries. Maybe, work on that. I mean, there is no real answer yet. I mean, it comes down to a brutal decision, and who's willing to make that?
Okay. I got a poll up in the chat right now. Was Butler real? 95% say yes. What say you? Do you think Butler was real?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Thank you for calling. I appreciate the time. Thank you for your time watching. Butler was real. 95%. 5% say no, and some people think the Earth's flat. Okay. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. Get your voice heard. If you've got something to say and you want to share it, this is your opportunity. Let's go here. Line 2. What do you got?
Ben?
Yes, sir. Line 2. Go right ahead.
Hey, this is Ron Ball, longtime listener, first-time caller.
Thank you for calling, Ron. I really appreciate it.
Okay. Butler was absolutely an inside job.
Okay.
The sheriff's department break room was overlooking the roof where that kid was laying. He's walking around the event with a rangefinder, and you tell me that the Secret Service didn't think that was odd. Nobody was walking around the building, securing the building while the speech was going on. There's a ladder leaning up against the roof on the back of the building. Nobody saw it. He carried an extension ladder into an event from his car down the street. I mean, come on, there's too many. Oh yeah, that was just a coincidence.
What do you think we would be right now as a country if Trump had not stood up and said fight, fight, fight? If the ultimate thing had happened, where do you think we would be at right now?
Well, that was a great moment in history for this country. If Trump had been killed, I don't know what would have happened, but I think it probably wouldn't have been good.
Do you think that Kamala Harris would be the current president?
Absolutely not.
You think J.D. Vance would have been voted in?
Probably, yes.
Okay. Thank you for calling. Appreciate you. Let's go here. G-Dub, what you got?
What's going on? Brother Ben, real quick, I've been seeing something that's a little weird, but stick with me. Have you noticed that they've been putting big Muslim populations in what I call B-level cities or smaller big cities? You got
Absolutely.
Buffalo, New York, not New York City. You got Fresno, not Los Angeles. You got Minneapolis, not Chicago. When you look around, some of our, let's say mid-sized cities, that's where they're going. So then there's not as much attention on it. The folks in LA don't see the takeover. There's folks in Chicago and in Miami, right? They don't see it, but you're starting to see it in these smaller cities. And before we know it, it's going to be too late. You get what I mean?
I think you're right. And it's always that little, it's death by a thousand cuts. And I think there's so many little cities, like you said, that are not on the mainstream radar. Not that we're noticing. Now, the people living there are noticing it, but like Springfield, Ohio, like nobody would have picked Springfield, Ohio. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. You got it.
Now, I just put this into search. I'm going to look at something here. I just put in what American cities are growing the fastest with the religion of peace. And I want to see what this spews out here. The Muslim population in American cities is tricky because okay, let's see here. I want to see what cities are actually, it says they're taking over USA and Canada. Canada's gone. I am not a Canadian fan. Canada's done. Canada's finished. I think cities along the county data, strongest pattern so far, established centers like Detroit, Dearborn, New York City, New Jersey, Chicago, Northern Virginia. Let's see here. It says, oh, here we go. Baltimore, Raleigh, North Carolina, Boston, Charlotte, Columbus, Ohio, Des Moines, Iowa.
There
Like,
it is. Yep.
Des Moines,
smaller cities.
Iowa.
Exactly.
I mean,
Yeah.
what in the Raleigh, North Carolina? Who would have ever thought that that would be and you know, here's one for you, and it's a big city, but I'll just go ahead and say it. It lists Dallas, Texas as the number 4 growing city in America for the mostly peaceful religion.
Yeah.
Yeah. GW, you're onto something. Something stinks, and it
Watch
ain't me or
it. And
you.
we see it here in California. It's your Fresnos, it's your Stockton, your Modestos. It's not your, San Francisco, San Diego, LA. I mean, don't get me wrong, but because those are such big cities, you do have a big population, but it's not such a huge percentage like you're seeing in the smaller cities. So everybody's just going along blissfully and just not noticing how these smaller cities, smaller big cities, I call it, like mid-sized cities, are being completely overrun.
I think it's like, let's just use a magic trick. Let's look over here. I want to keep you entertained with this hand while this hand is under the table, grabbing the rabbit or the pigeon. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, be careful. ALC was grabbing something else. You got to be kind of careful with your language.
GW, take care, brother. God bless you.
All right. Take care. God bless.
Let's see here. I want to see which cities have the largest number of the mostly peaceful temples. Let's see here. Which cities in America has the most number of MOSQUES? I hope I spelled that right. Lines are open. 615-475-7864. This is a weird rabbit hole. San Diego? Whoa. Katy, Texas. Dallas has always sucked. Yeah, it has. It's a metastatic cancer. Okay. It is seeming to spread similar to that. It does seem to be spreading. And it's spreading at an alarming rate. San Antonio, Yeti, university hotspots, of course. We have 4 in Springfield, Missouri. Feel free to put how many you have in the cities that you live in, right? How many do you have in the cities you live in? Because they are growing. It's a disgusting dynamic. We got over 4,000 people watching right now. I really appreciate it. Great live stream today, July 5th. The biggest fool. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. President Trump is doing great considering he has no backup. I don't think he's got a lot of backup right now either, to be honest with you. It doesn't seem like it to me. I would think that we would get more backup from Congress, from the Senate, but we know that those people don't really work for us anymore. I don't believe they work for us. They're completely out of touch. Let's go here. UK consults, Supreme Court strikes down birthright citizenship, Newport Beach closes after 4th of July. Let's see here. I want to see this. Apache helicopter. Oh, hold up. You want to see something patriotic? We're taking this right now. This is America, ladies and gentlemen. This is the America that I love. And I just feel like that there should be a little bit of CCR playing in the background on this. Look at this. CCR should be rocking. Maybe some paint it black. Let's go here. Charleston, South Carolina. That is amazing to see them rolling down the beach like that. Holy man, that's inspirational. I don't know how many of you have ever seen a submarine surface, but talk about inspirational. Those Apaches were from Fort Rucker. They took off Friday, headed up there. I grew up in Lower Alabama, so I know exactly where Fort Rucker is. Man, what a great display of freedom. That's exactly what that was. I love every second of it. Every second of that, I love. Let's go here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to give me a call. Maybe you were there on the beach. Love to know what you did for the 4th of July, what you see. Fort Rucker, Alabama, roll tide. There we go. As an American, I see that stuff all the time and never gets old. Fade to Black, great tune. Let's go Bobby in Tennessee. What you got, Bobby?
Ben, here's a question for you, and I'm going to hang up and let you answer it.
Sure.
Say, hypothetically, we rose up tomorrow and start going after all the Muslims, the Islamists, and the left, the commies, armed. Do you think the president of the United States would call out the military against us, or would he say, hey, it's your state, you handle it?
You know, I think Trump has done one thing that no other president wanted to do, and I think that has been scared to do. He's turned so many rights back over to the states. But Bobby, push back. Which governors would call out the National Guard to protect the people that you just said? I believe a lot of governors would deploy the National Guard against the American people to protect the people that are invading us.
That was going to be my next question, and then I was going to hang up. So if they call out their National Guard, how many of the National Guard would say, no, I'm not fighting against people who are trying to make us free? And how many cops would they call out to protect them? And does that make the cops enemies of us, of the country? It's a complicated mess.
Bobby, you live in Tennessee. What would your governor do right now?
He would lock down the state and pretty much push back on any of the communists in their areas they're in. They would block them in. But here's nothing here. I mean, this is how complicated it is. If that happened, all the hidden weapons that the Muslims have or the Islamists, they start bringing them out because they're hiding them.
This is such a great question. And I'd love to know from the people in the chat.
Yeah, me too.
In the chat, would your governor, and maybe list the state, yes or no, North Carolina governor? I think the North Carolina governor would protect these communists. I believe Virginia would protect the communists. It would be the sanctuary state for them to all. We know what Gavin Newsom would do. We can't even get rid of illegals.
I know. I mean, it really is. It's very complicated, but yet it's easy at the same time because the Civil War, that was a little easier because it was North against South, and they had a purpose. They were trying to keep the country together. We are going to have to fight not just to keep the country together, but to keep it from becoming something that we were never supposed to be.
We have enemies right now that we work with. Trump's superpower is showing who hates America. That's his superpower. Like Trump, hate Trump, whatever. The one thing that he has done more than any other president is show who hates the country. That's what I think.
Yeah. Yep.
I think he's better at it than anyone ever at showing who really hates America.
Yeah. Well, I got one more point. I have one more point, Ben, and thank you for letting me speak. One thing I don't think we need to do, I mean, it's going to come a time to this. We don't need to sit back and wait for it to come to us, because if we do, it's going to be too late. There's going to be way too many of them against us.
Yeah. Did you see this where a police woman was just attacked? She was just beaten by a mob of... I'm going to show this. I've got some fatigue, but I'm going to show this clip. It's a little bit of a clip here about police actually being attacked. And
Yep.
I don't understand how this happens. But man, this is pitiful. This is sad. Bobby, thank you for calling, brother. I really appreciate it.
Hey, you have a blessed day, and God bless you and your family.
God bless you. Let me play this clip here. I want to show this. Do we have any law enforcement in the chat? Because I'd love to get your take on what I'm about to show you. This is in North Charleston, South Carolina. And I was stationed in Charleston for a while, so I know what North Charleston is like. Song's Thunderstruck. Thank you. Absolutely horrifying footage has emerged from a teen takeover in North Charleston, South Carolina. It appears that a white female police officer was beaten by a mob of black teens, including with what happens to be a Roman candle. I want you to turn away if you can't watch this. I am not going to play the audio. I'm not going to play the audio, but I want you to see what is happening. If you're law enforcement, I want to get your take on this. You don't have to be law enforcement, but I'd love to get your take on this. This is hard. I don't know if I even want to see this. Look at the other police officer trying to step in. Okay, we got some tasers. There's a black police officer. Okay. Knee to the chest. Very similar to Derek Chauvin. What is going on here? There's not enough police there. I don't know if I want to hear the audio. No, they put some kind of sound over there. What is going on that would cause this? I feel uncomfortable watching that. I've got friends that are law enforcement, and I feel very uncomfortable watching that. It would be a different situation. Islamic Center on Broadway Street in Cape Girardeau, no home of Rush Limbaugh. They're growing like mushroom spores. Wow. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. I don't know if you're as disturbed by that as I am, but call in and let me know what you think about this. Charleston, South Carolina. Police attacked like it's nothing. I mean, this is nothing. Line 2, go right ahead. What's your thoughts? Turn the audio down in the background. I can't believe. Yes, go right ahead.
Hey, Ben. My dad was a naturalized citizen from Mexico, and he loved America. And I mean, when I was a kid and I heard JFK speeches or Martin Luther King speeches or Ronald Reagan, I always thought that my dad said those things, but he copied them from the great men of his era, the 60s. And I was always under the impression that naturalized citizens have a duty to love their country more than everybody. Ask not what your country could do for you. Ask what you could do for your country. In the 4th of July, the mayors of the South counties in our county here in Yuma, they were doing all the invitations in Spanish. And Donald Trump talked about how the importance of English. And I think it is the duty of every naturalized citizen, every immigrant to love their country. What do you think about that? To love their, I don't want to say more than a natural born citizen, but it is a proactive love where a natural born citizen doesn't have to become a citizen. He just does it naturally. Where a naturalized citizen, it's a premeditated act.
You know, I think naturalized citizens might value America more because they chose to leave a place where they couldn't get ahead, where they didn't have the opportunity, where they were held back. And they came to a country seeking more. And I think the Democrat Party, we all know that we all have the same rights. I think the Democrat Party doesn't want equal rights. They want equality of outcome. They want us all to finish at the same time. And I don't know if you've got kids, but when kids go play in sports, not everybody's the fastest. And the fast kid should not be made to run slower so that the slowest kid can finish at the same time. And I believe that's the policy the Democrat Party says. I want to say thank you for calling in. And your dad sounds like a damn good American citizen. God bless you. Call back anytime. Let's go here. Line 5. Go right ahead.
Hey, this is Milo calling from Ohio.
Milo in Ohio. What you got?
Yep. All right. I kind of want to get into this. I call in every once in a while and talk about subjects that might be touchy to some of the people on the right, you know. But I think when we talk about communism, we have to understand that we're talking about Russia and China being involved and why they're being involved with our politics and everything going on here. That is their weapon that they need to use to break apart the Western civilization and all its allies.
Do you think Russia and China are helping fund some of this?
Absolutely they are. It's not even just that kind of stuff. I will give you another example is they actually, like Russia and China will influence like groups like the Sierra Club that fight you know, the environmental cause and keeping us from expanding our like nuclear facilities and cutting down the whole Green New Deal, the whole climate change thing that started in Europe.
Sure it did.
That Russia backs all that stuff to make sure that we in the future don't have the power needs to fight our adversaries. So this is one of the biggest. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I appreciate you bringing that to light. I think you're absolutely right that China and Russia is behind a lot of this.
Yeah. But here's another thing that a lot of people don't know. That like Taiwan, people think, well, they manufacture all the high-end chips of the world. You know, all that Taiwan is a labor for the Western civilization and the world's needs. They don't make any of the equipment. They don't come up with any of the technology. Europe makes all the equipment for manufacturing chips of the world. So if you're going to open up a chip manufacturer, whether it's high end or the basic stuff, Europe supplies that. Europe supplies all of the equipment used in manufacturing anything. So if we want to open up more manufacturing in our country, that equipment comes from either Europe, mostly Korea, or Japan. That's what our alliance is all about. Why is Europe so important? Because that is when the Russian Empire was at its strongest. It's because of the people and the industry that is created there. Russia has to take over Europe, control it, not necessarily invade every country. They have to inject in their influence. And the way they do that,
hold on. I want to read between the lines here. So are you saying that we should spend more money in helping Ukraine?
We absolutely have no choice. The propaganda about the whole reason why Russia's in there, Ukraine is so important.
I can't go down this avenue.
Listen,
I don't want to spend another penny to Ukraine. I can't. Go right ahead. Line 2.
Line
Ben, 2, go right ahead.
Craig Skippers. I'm talking from Florida. I'm a naturalized citizen. Well, I'm naturalized citizen. Been here 19 years. And all I want to say to you, I'm from South Africa, and all I want to say is you guys better watch. What happened in Zimbabwe and what happened in South Africa were mere test beds for what is being run on the United States citizens right now.
One of the sponsors of my show is a guy by the name of Anton. He's from South Africa. I put his link down below. Correct. He sends me biltong all the time, right? Correct. He doesn't pay me. He sends me biltong. And some of the stories that he has shared, he says it gives him deja vu by what he's seeing here.
Yes, 100%. And I've warned all my American friends. I said, guys, you got to watch. This is coming. You better fight it because there's nobody else. There's nowhere else to go. This is the last.
We're the
The
last
United States
beacon
is
of
the
hope.
last. Correct. And these commies on the left are trying to destroy that.
You know, we scare them. Patriotism scares them.
Yes.
We scare them. When the World Cup is being shown here, it's basically an advertisement to the rest of the world about how amazing we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw videos of like these Chinese citizens going into Bass Pro and handling AR-15s and stuff like that. That scares them. And it's amazing. But you're right, brother. You are absolutely right. I really appreciate you calling.
Anybody who needs to know where America's headed, go read about the history of South Africa and Zimbabwe or Rhodesia, and that'll forewarn you everything you need to know.
Everything I've heard about Rhodesia and what happened there is insane. And a lot of people will say Nelson Mandela was a great dude. He really wasn't, was he? He really wasn't.
He was a terrorist.
Yeah. Yep.
He was a terrorist.
Yep.
If I was caught as an American citizen with the ammunition, the bomb-making equipment and stuff that he had, I'd be still sitting in jail. 27 years would be too little.
Yeah. Nelson Mandela was the precursor to Obama. Obama is the precursor to Mamdani.
Read communism. In both those failed countries, communists were behind it, and same today.
You're right. Thank you for calling. You
Same
call
now.
back anytime, sir.
It's
God
a
bless you,
pleasure.
and thank you
And
for being a good American.
And I'm a great fan of yours. I watch you all the time. Have a
I
great one.
appreciate you. Thank you for your time. Great call. Love you, Ben. Thanks for all you do for vets. I try. I'm not the best. I'm not the greatest, but I try to do what I can. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hi, Ben. This is Belinda from Minnesota. I'm
Belinda in
walking
Minnesota.
miracle man. My cancer of my liver is cured, and I am so thankful for what I got to see on the 4th of July.
How did you cure the cancer?
I had liver cancer.
How did you get rid of it?
I went to the doctor. They've been giving me chemo. I start chemo. My last chemo is starting tomorrow.
Congratulations.
I am so blessed, and I just wanted to thank all my patriots for all the cards, letters, and loving support. But mainly, I wanted to call because I got to see Trump, South Dakota, and the fireworks in D.C. last night. I had a hard time staying awake that long because I'm 75, but I feel so blessed. My family came on the Mayflower, so I have been here for the 9th generation. I feel so blessed, and I am so
Well, I
happy
think
to
a
be
lot of the
patriot.
people on the channel sent you cards, didn't they?
They sure did. God bless you all. Thank you so very much.
The power of prayer. Thank you for calling and giving us an update. And somebody said, I owe you a boom shakalaka. You deserve a hell of a lot more than that. Do me a favor. Text message this number, your address. I'm going to send you something. Okay. I've got some of these extra Bibles. I'm going to send you one. I want you to either keep it or give it to somebody that you think could benefit from it. Okay.
God bless you, Ben. We love you.
I love you too, my dear. You take care. I really appreciate you, and a big boom shakalaka coming your way. Man, what a great story. A lot of people here on the channel have sent her cards. F cancer. Let's do this. I think she earned this one. She earned this one. Right.
Well, first of all, I want to tell you, Boom, we could do Boom Shakalaka. We love the Boom Shakalaka, you know. Nobody booms and shakalakas as much as I do. I do it better than anybody. I invented it, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize it. They say, sir, what are you doing? I said, I'm doing a Boom Shakalaka. And they say, sir, we've never seen anybody do it quite like you're doing it, but we're doing it very well. And I can say that.
That's a good friend of mine, Sean Farish. Amazing. What do you call it? Impersonator. at Trump's voice. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Feel free to call in. We got over 5,000 people watching right now. Smash the like and subscribe button. Really helps get the word out. It helps get the positivity out. There's too much negativity on YouTube. There's too many people that are just spreading hate. I call them grifters. You might call them clowns. But hate is so easy to spread on this platform. They actually push it. Oh, somebody wanted to know what city had the most mosques. New York City Metro, 192. Southern California, Los Angeles, 120. Chicago, 90. Philly, 63. Detroit, 62. 62 in San Fran, 55 in Atlanta. Northern New Jersey, Patterson area, 53. Houston, 42. Dallas, 41. States with the most mosques: New York, California, Texas, Florida, 157, New Jersey, Illinois, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia has 100, and Ohio, 94. That mosque map in America is not random. It clusters around immigrant hubs, old industrial cities, coastal metros, now Sunbelt areas, with New York City still far in front. Texas is a prize. What do you think about that? Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Love to talk to you. Love to get your opinion on what you hear, what you think, what you see. Still waiting for our Bible, Mr. Rick Fulton. Send your address. Let's go. Line 2, 615. Call. What you got?
Good morning, Mr. Ben. This is
Yes,
Cindy
ma'am.
from Georgia, Max Mimi 1. You know, we're fighting the Muslims, but we're also fighting inside America. I mean, the leftists or Democrats, whatever you want to call them, they're probably outnumber the Muslims. I watched that police lady that just broke my heart to think
pitiful.
that that's what America has come to.
That's somebody's mom, daughter, sister, granddaughter.
Exactly. Well, it doesn't matter. She should have respect for the job she's doing. Look at. I mean, those kids probably wasn't 18 years old.
No, they're not. No.
And that's what will take care of our country in the future. Isn't that terrifying?
But that's the target, is that
I
age
know.
group. That's the
Perfect
target.
Yeah, it is. Ben, thank you so much. And last night, I was so proud of President Trump. I have never had more respect, and I'm 65 years old. He is the greatest president ever. Thank you for your time, and God bless you, Ben.
God bless you. I really appreciate you calling. Take care.
Yes, sir.
Great call. Let's see here. Belinda Steely. There we go. If y'all want to send Belinda a card, she is, I'm going to put her address in the Discord. If you're a member on the channel, get in the Discord. I'm going to put her address in there if you'd like to send her a card. She's been suffering with cancer. It sounds like she wins her battle. Line 2, go right ahead.
Hi, this is Lisa from St. Charles, Missouri.
St. Charles, what you got over in the boot heel?
Yep. I went to see, my husband and I went to see Young Washington Friday evening.
What was your takeaway?
It was awesome.
Did you get a tear in your eye? Did you get a tear in your eye?
I did. I couldn't believe some of the stuff I did not know about him. I did not know that he had a half brother that was quite a bit older than him.
Tuberculosis took him. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My husband even said, he teared up too. It was an awesome movie. People really need to go see that movie, and they will have more patriotism in their heart if they go see that movie. And the theater was full. It was full.
One thing my wife noticed straight away, as soon as we walked out, she said there was no cussing, there was no nudity, there was none of the rainbow stuff, there was no gender ideology. I didn't see, there was no American flag because the American flag had not been made at that time. But
Right.
the one thing that she noticed was it was just such a great movie, and it didn't need all of that to be a good movie. It didn't
Right.
need it. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. That's what I thought too. I thought this is such, and it was so factual too. That's what I took away from it too, was it was really factual.
Yeah. Well,
And
thank you
how
for
they-
calling. I
they-
really appreciate you.
Have a good day.
Yes, ma'am. Great call. Great call. Somebody messaged me. They haven't received their Bible yet. I send them out as best as I can. I've got a list. I try to get down the list. I'm a one-man show. I also have a full-time job. I'm not a jukebox, but I try to do my best. Let's see here. Wolverine's Red Dawn. Did it have the same vibe as the Patriot movie? Better. Patriot movie on steroids. That's how much better it was. Because here's the thing, without George Washington, we're not here. We're not having this conversation. That's what I think. Let me see here. What was that? I want to do this. I don't do this very often, but I'm going to today. I think it is very much needed. I think it's called for. And I think that some of you might like it. Some of you might be offended by this. I don't know. I don't really care. Join the channel as a member. I'd really appreciate it if you do that. The more members that we get here on the channel, the better. I always try to get 10 new members. And I'm going to play this. I think that we all need this.
I am the flag of the United States of America, and my name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's cause of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up and see. I stand for peace, truth, honor, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is a little higher, my colors a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I'm revered. I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forts, Antioch, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, Korea, Vietnam, the Persian Gulf, Afghanistan, and a score of other places long forgotten by all, except by those who were there with me. I was there. I led my sailors and Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was battle-worn and tired, but my sailors and Marines cheered me. I was proud. I was at Ground Zero in New York City on September 11th as cowardly fanatics attacked America. I was raised from the ashes of once proud buildings by brave firefighters, heroes who risked their lives to save others, showing all that America, although bloodied, will never be beaten. Those who will destroy me cannot win, for I am the symbol of freedom, of one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And when it is done by those whom I have served with in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the surely bonds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the uncharted new frontiers of space. I have been a silent witness of all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips and used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I fly half-mast to honor my soldiers, my sailors, my airmen, and my Marines. And when I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the gravesite of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I wave, dear God, my God, long may I wave.
One question was raised about how we teach our young people, and I'm a former Marine, and I became aware that there are two verses, and we need to hear the second verse, which says, "Oh, thus be it ever, when free men shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation, blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that has made and preserved us a nation. Then conquer we must, when our cause it is just, and this be our motto: in God is our trust, and the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Did you like how nobody knew what he was singing until he stood up? Did you like that? Here, let me roll with this one. I think we've got something here that somebody might like. Let's go right here. Somebody put this in the chat.
Well, I remember a teacher that I had. Now, I went through the 7th grade. I went to the 7th grade. I left home when I was 10 years old because I was hungry. And I used to, this is true. I work in the summer and I go to school in the winter. But I had this one teacher. He was the principal of the Harrison School in Vincennes, Indiana. To me, this was the greatest teacher, a real sage of my time, anyhow. He had such wisdom. And we were all reciting the Pledge of Allegiance one day. And he walked over, this little old teacher. Mr. Laswell was his name. Mr. Laswell. He says, he says, I've been listening to you boys and girls recite the Pledge of Allegiance all semester. And it seems as though it's becoming monotonous to you. If I may I recite it and try to explain to you the meaning of each word. I, me, an individual, a committee of one, pledge, dedicate all of my worldly goods to give without self-pity. Allegiance, my love and my devotion to the flag, our standard, Old Glory, a symbol of freedom. Wherever she waves, there's respect. because your loyalty has given her a dignity that shouts freedom is everybody's job. United. That means that we have all come together. States, individual communities that have united into 48 great states. 48 individual communities with pride and dignity and purpose. All divided with imaginary boundaries, yet united to a common purpose. And that's love for country. And to the Republic. Republic. A state in which sovereign power is invested in representatives chosen by the people to govern. And government is the people. And it's from the people to the leaders, not from the leaders to the people, for which it stands. One nation, meaning so blessed by God, indivisible, incapable of being divided, with liberty, which is freedom, the right of power to live one's own life without threats, fear, or some sort of retaliation. And justice, the principle or qualities of dealing fairly with others. For all. For all. Which means, boys and girls, it's as much your country as it is mine. And now, boys and girls, let me hear you recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Since I was a small boy, 2 states have been added to our country, and 2 words have been added to the Pledge of Allegiance, under God. Wouldn't it be a pity if someone said that is a prayer and that would be eliminated from schools too?
Seems like they've almost accomplished what they wanted, huh? Almost. See if you like this one.
For 240 years, America's Navy stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, America's Navy stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, America's Navy stood the watch. Yes, even before some of us were born into this world.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The Navy stood the watch. In those years when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, the Navy stood the watch. Many times, the Navy's sailors would cast an eye ashore and see their families standing there, needing their guidance and help, needing that hand to hold during those hard times. But stands the watch. We protect and defend this nation. We stand the watch.
There you go. Shameless plug. Go join the damn Navy. Shameless plug. Go join the Navy if you can. And if you have some family, send them that way. It's other branches of service, I know as well. This is a sad story coming out this morning. It happened yesterday. Let me get that out of my face. If you want to support the channel, feel free. DHS confirms to Fox News that a semi-truck driver charged with killing a Pennsylvania state trooper, Michael Pahira Jr., in a crash on Pennsylvania is a Haitian illegal who flew into the USA via the Biden administration's mass parole program. According to Pennsylvania State Police, Trooper Pahira was inspecting a semi-truck on the side of the road Wednesday morning when a truck driven by 33-year-old Michael Bond veered off the road, crashed into the truck that he was inspecting, creating a domino effect that killed him and caught both trucks on fire. DHS background on the trucker, on the truck driver, Haitian illegal, who flew into the U.S. in 2024. That is what's happening right now. This is the trooper. Rest in peace, sir. Rest in peace. And this is the criminal POS that needs to, you know what happens. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. God bless you. God bless America. God bless that trooper's family. And I'll see you in the next one.
Chief of the watch on the 1MC, pass the word. Dive, dive, sound 2 blasts of dive alarm, pass the word, dive, dive.
Dive, dive.
Dive, dive.
Here we go again! Here we go again! Same old song again! Same old song again! Marching down the avenue! Marching down the avenue! We don't know when we'll be through! We don't know when we'll be through! Live, cry, live, cry! Cry, live, cry, live, cry, live, cry, live! A long, long time ago! Long, long time ago! Heard it on the radio! Heard it on the radio! Sounds so good to me! Sounds so good to me! U.S. Navy submarine! U.S. Navy submarine! Recruiter just inside here! Recruiter just inside here! Turns out I gave them 5 years! Turns out I gave them 5 years! Had to get out of boot camp! Had to get out of boot camp! They won't like the smoking lamp! They won't like the smoking lamp! Now I'm a submariner! Now I'm a submariner! Rolling in the deep, sir! Rolling in the deep, sir! Top secret mission, hush, hush! Secret mission, hush, hush! No one's gonna find us! No one's gonna find us! 6 months below the ocean! 6 months below the ocean! I can't remember the sun! I can't remember the sun! Can't write my wife no letters! Can't write my wife no letters! And Tony's gonna get her! Tony's gonna get her! But I won't trade this life away! I won't trade this life away! Makes it worth the Navy pay! Makes it worth the Navy pay! If I can't be a bobblehead! I can't be a bobblehead! Might as well just be dead! Might as well just be dead! A long, long time ago! Long, long time ago! Heard it on the radio! Heard it on the radio! Sounds so good to me! Sounds so good to me! U.S. Navy submarine! U.S. Navy submarine! Live, fly, live, fly! Fly, live, fly, live, fly, live, fly, live! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Coral Sea! I've been to Coral Sea! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Korea! I've been to Korea! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Vietnam! I've been to Vietnam! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Desert Storm! I've been to Desert Storm! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Afghanistan! I've been to Afghanistan! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Iraq and back! I've been to Iraq and back! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where will you be? Where will you be? I'll be where I have to be! I'll be where I have to be! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Live, cry, live, free! Cry, live, free! Live, cry, live, cry, live!
Okay, guys, gals, girls, this is Ben Dykes Show. Smash a like and subscribe on your way out the door. See you in the next one. Ben Dykes Show is out.
We could do boom boom shakalaka. We love the boom shakalaka, you know. Nobody booms and shakalakas as much as I do. I do it better than anybody. I invented it, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize it.
Rock on, salute, God bless you. Bubbleheads forever.